What's going on? What's going on? I got asked, was George Brett's Pine Tar game the craziest game I ever saw in baseball? Yeah. I don't think I ever seen anything quite level to measure that. I mean, I've watched a lot of baseball in my days. I haven't, there was Stickum in NFL, Lester Hayes. They stopped it, but they would stop it after a year. They changed rules and regulations. Obviously, I seen Sammy Sosa with the cork bat, and he got thrown out because that was a cork bat. I've never seen a game end on a home run. They got overturned because they said the pine tar. Billy Martin sat there and he was being petty. Do I think he had a legit argument? To an extent, but then he got real petty. Bottom line is George Brett was kicking that butt. He was waxing. George Brett was one of the greatest players I ever saw. And when you think about an image that kind of stands out, wow, that was quite crazy to think about that whole pine tar thing. I mean, that was just like really like wow, you know. You get into if you're a fan of the game or something, you kind of like get lost in like how crazy that was. Wasn't that long ago, but it seems like ancient because it's all grainy. And I still remember George Brett running out the dugout, all sidelined, all crazy, all mad, all wow. But I understand because hey, they was trying to mess with his livelihood, trying to say that he cheated the game. He almost hit a home run for Goose Gossage the first pitch. He went down the left field side. You know, Bottom line is, can't no one say that George Brett ever cheated the game or did anything illegal, you know. But that was a crazy play. They did resume it, I think it was August 18th, and there was some protests. Billy Martin was trolling, but the damage had been done. The bottom line was it was the umpires was trying to make a call on the spot, the legality. So if the bat was wrong, that's one thing. But to take that away from them and tell it out was extreme. I'd have never seen anything like that before or since, in all honesty. So, nowadays they check the pictures, they check everything. They got everything, you walk by with your mitt, they just they on duty. Wasn't the case back then, and they had no replay. But those were people who always thought there was a conspiracy against you. If you were, you're in Yankee Stadium, you weren't gonna get that call. So they did get it, but it was crazy though. It was a crazy time, and there was a lot of madness with that whole play though. So anyway, that's how I kind of reflect on it. That's how I remember it though. It's one of those things that you know, I thought, wow, that was crazy. You know, now and again, it was the reflective of that time period. But Brett was big time. He's one of the greatest players ever. Um, and when you think about it, you just you just have to be kind of like, wow, that thing nearly stood. But Kansas City, they every right to protest because I mean that was a bad, you know, to call that man out and to play it like that. That wasn't good. So anyway, how do you remember it? If you go back 40 plus years ago with that whole play, the Pine Tar game, is that the strangest way of ending in a baseball game you've ever seen? Because I've seen games where teams came from behind. I ain't never seen nothing like that with the Pine Tar game. That was crazy. And George Brett, first ballot Hall of Famer, played 20 years for Kansas City, was a champion, hard nosed player, all around player, one of the baddest third basemen ever, etc. But that moment, he erupted. He looked like Popeye. He about ready to go at that umpire, and I didn't blame him. Now, even as a Yankee fan, I thought that was crazy. Let me know what you think in hindsight. Please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share if you like, and hit that membership because when you do requests like this come true, stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out. Peace.